Alright, it's less than 8 hours before, well, I guess given the time difference from here in California or wherever it is you guys live from, um, what I really want to see from E3 this year is pretty basic. I want to see more gameplay and more debut trailers and release dates for a number of video games. And to get that started, to be honest, I want to see more of demo gameplay for Harley Quinn and Red Hood from Arkham Knight. I mean, I'm sure everybody does, considering after this week it'll be probably less than a week before Batman Arkham Knight hits the stores. So my thing about it is, even though they gave teaser trailers and stuff like that, I think to get people more anticipated for what's to happen with Arkham Knight, I think there should be a an actual gameplay featuring Harley Quinn and Red Hood, not just the dual play function or the Batmobile speedways. None of that. I think we should get more Red Hood and Harley Quinn because, I mean, let's face it, less than a week from now, or actually, yeah, less than a week from now. We have less than a week from now, and then the game comes out, and then we're all going to be set for life because we're going to have given maybe 13 DLCs between now and the end of the year, and probably beginning of next year. So we don't really have time for that. It's about time to get it started with the Arkham Knight thing. Next, I want to say that there's always something on my mind with the new stuff, but now that I've seen it, I think we should get another gameplay demo for Afro Samurai 2, because as some of you may know, the game was announced in March. So instead of giving more gameplay trailers, they decided to actually reveal the title with its recent trailer, which featured the scripted version of Kuma, who is as we all know, the dear friend and adopted brother of Afro Samurai, who has died numerous times within the anime, manga, and the television movie series. So I think we should get a little more of that. I mean, a little more Afro Samurai Revenge of Kuma. I mean, honestly, I thought it would have been a DLC from the original Afro Samurai that came back in '09, but given the current status of the manga, video game, and the live action, I think it was a lot that they didn't get to do with the game. So I figure let's get some more out of the Afro Samurai. But anyway, not just the gameplay. I think we should get a release date for it too. That, and like, we just got an update for Final Fantasy 15 demo, which allows you to face the behemoth a second time. You get to fight the giant, whatever that long necked dinosaur thing is that stands in the middle of the water for whatever particular reason. But let's be realistic here. Final Fantasy 15 didn't show up at E3 last year. It started out in 2013, which means they kickstarted again and decided to do more of a, it's on the tip of my tongue, they wanted to showcase a little more. Partially because, according to Tetsuya Nomura back in 2K13, they said they revealed too much. So, with that in mind, it means that there was a number of things they wanted to do, but they shouldn't have did at that time and place. So, we might as well just let that go. But since then, they've added a lot more to Final Fantasy 15 and have even included the possible release date, which we haven't heard of yet. So, given between E3 and the Japan Expo of this year, we're probably going to get the release date. Shoot, maybe the game might come out between now and sometime the end of the year. But more importantly, for me, just in general, because I know a lot of you feel the same, I think a lot of people are pissed off at the fact that Kingdom Hearts only was showcased literally 2 years ago, and we still have no release date, we have no more trailers, and there has been nothing said about Kingdom Hearts 3, other than the fact that the recent possibly incorporation of Kingdom Hearts characters within Disney Infinity 3.0, which as of yet is still a rumor. Well, it's not a rumor, it's just a slight development thing that the creator has yet to even bring up. So with that, we still have a lot more games to cover. We still have the Rise of Tomb Raider, which is said to be out in Q4 of this year. Then we have Disney 3.0, which is also scheduled to be out at Q4 this year. So we're going to probably get it between sometime September and maybe October. Don't know. All I know is that I'm a little mad because I can't go to E3 again. Didn't make it to last E3. Didn't make it to 2013's E3. Didn't make it to 2012's E3. Mad. Okay? So I envy those of you who are actually going to E3. But anyway, bottom line of it all is that E3 is promising to be a number of probably the biggest outcome yet, considering everything that has been scheduled for PS4 and Xbox One has been showcased thus far and is scheduled to make an appearance. We have plenty Square Enix titles. We have Life is Strange Episode 4 being showcased. So there's a lot of stuff we have. But I wanted to bring this up before I end this. In particular, this game I've been playing for some time now, and I watched the TV show, I read the comic book, and I played the Telltale Games version. And I think, even though Walking Dead has not been officially confirmed, I think that Telltale, even though they're scheduled to be at E3 this year, I think they're gonna give us maybe a teaser, if anything, to Walking Dead Season 3. But given the fact that they're doing a Minecraft story mode, a continuation of Game of Thrones, I don't know. Maybe we'll get something at a next thing. I don't know, but I really hope that we get an announcement or something. And let me see. There's a lot of stuff to cover, man. If I was actually at E3, this would be a lot easier. But oh yeah, definitely. So far, the biggest Pokemon announcement thus far is Pokemon Super Dungeon, which has been announced to feature all 720 Pokemon, which is a bit of a giveaway because, as we know, currently there's only 719 Pokemon, not counting the transformations of each Pokemon and the Mega Evolutions of each Pokemon. But as some of you might have already noticed, that for those of you who hacked your Pokemon X or Y and got your Volcanion, as I think his name is, which is the Fire and Water legendary type, that in this case, in this state of mind, would be the 720th Pokemon, due to the fact that, well, it's the only Pokemon that they haven't announced to be officially released. And recently, thanks to CoroCoro for July's issue, we also got confirmation that it was going to be at E3 this year anyway. So with Super Dungeon on its way in September of this year, we're also going to get a somewhat of a new title Nintendo's working on. I don't know if it's Mario related or it's Pokemon or it's Luigi or anything in general. All I do know is that there's a lot of big things coming out for E3, and even though I'm not going to be there physically to enjoy it, which still sucks, my life is clearly pitiful if I couldn't be at one of the most biggest video gaming showcasings in history, or rather the last 15 years. But I can guarantee that the next time this happens, which it won't because I'm going to E3 next year, and if I have the money, I'm going to Gamescom. I don't care if the name's not called Gamescom, I don't care. Either way, I'm going. But definitely have gotten a lot of good stuff coming out. So be prepared for that, guys. And good luck at E3 for those of you who are going. Shout out to everybody who's going. Feel free to drop a comment. If any game that you would like for me to cover, I'll include you in, because it's not about me, it's about us. Get your game on, everybody.